Josh Sprague and I have been friends for about 11, 12 years now. We met in college briefly, and then we actually started working together at the same company about 3 years after college and became very close friends.
So we don't go to the city church because it's a little over an hour away from us, but we are very fortunate because the gospel community that we attend is only 15 minutes away from us. It wasn't until gospel community that I haven't felt closer to God, and I grew up in the church, and it's just a totally different experience because I'm learning.
I would almost say I was faking being a Christian from 19 years old to 25, 26. Because I grew up in a Protestant church, but when I turned 19 and got out of the house, I did kind of lose my faith. Coming back 25, 26 years old, realizing I was a little bit of a lost soul, and actually meeting Rachel helped me with that a lot.
So I grew up in the Catholic Church, and as we continued on with our relationship, we found that it caused some tension between us because I was going to church and Ben wasn't, and I had these ideas and they were different from his. So it was really hard to kind of find that middle ground and find what we agreed on, what we both believed in, and how do we move a relationship forward. And Josh said that. He said, in your relationship, you need a church community in your life. So he said,
He couldn't have been more right.
Yeah.
When Rachel and I started feeling the tension of our beliefs, Josh came up to me and said, I know you can't make it to the church, but maybe you can make it to this gospel community that's in your area, 15, 20 minutes down the road. And it was the best decision we ever made because that's what started helping Rachel and I learn and grow together instead of segregate in our beliefs. It was actually bringing us together. And the gospel community came at a God-given time. It was a reset button, and we started reading the Bible together and talking through the Bible together as we read it. We read it for ourselves, and we looked up what things meant, and the Bible came alive. The Bible came alive thanks to the gospel community, and we'd bring these new findings and these questions and these new stories that we have to gospel community and be able to dissect these stories and learn for ourselves. And it's brought us together. We went from high tension to being closer than we ever have in our marriage.
So my mom was the one that always brought us to church and taught us about God, and my dad would always be in the background being like, you don't need to go, you don't need to do that, you can just hang out with me. And having a child on the way, it's super important to us that we're a united front on religion and our beliefs in God, and having Ben take on that role is huge because he's going to set that example to our son. And growing up in a household that was divided on religion, I know what that's like, and so it's just such a relief to me that our child and hopefully children in the future will know what it's like to have parents that love God. And it's just something that I never dreamed of having because that's not what I saw growing up.
The gospel community has been tremendous for us. All marriages and lives still have uncertainty mixed in, and our uncertainty is we still don't have a church. It's in our plans and we're working on it. But until then, we have met other brothers and sisters that can hold us up and we can hold them up. And until we find that church, the certain thing we have is our gospel community.